What's going on, everybody? This is SafeWord. Welcome back. How's everybody doing tonight? As we said, this is SafeWord, your platform for teaching, learning, and opening the eyes of our audience to the world of kink, BDSM, and relationships. Everybody knows who it is. It's your host, Kay Marcos.
And I'm your other host, Aurora Storm.
And you know who it is. It's your co-host, Miss Sasha Winter.
So tonight we are going to have a little bit of fun. We are going to do something that we have wanted to do for a hot minute now. All right. We're going to be some movie critics and talk about some sex scenes, the kinky scenes in Hollywood videos and movies and, you know, old school, new school, all that.
Oh, that's one we forgot was old school.
Old school, new school. I got the old school for you. But if you want to, you know, if you didn't see that video, I suggest you go watch it, because I did really good on the editing. Go watch it, okay? But I already told you what tonight's live is about. But if you want to reach out to any of us for coaching, help, questions, all of our info will be in the description box below. So make sure you check that out.
And since you're here and you like being here, go ahead and like what you're looking at and then subscribe so you could stay up to date for all your educational content around kink, BDSM, and
relationships.
Yeah.
All right. So if you just landed here and you don't know what the heck you're watching, well, what the heck are you doing here? No, really. But if you just landed here, you don't know what you're watching. This is Safe Word. And here on Safe Word, we have a safe word of the day. We use this safe word to stop, halt, and completely put a pause on all topics of conversation. So SafeWord Crew, what we like to say, what the safe word of the day is. If you don't know, it's right here on the board. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Movie. So, like I said, that stops, halts, and pauses all the conversation. But we here at SafeWord use Zoom, and sometimes Zoom has audio issues. So SafeWord Crew, what we like to show everybody what we do if we're saying the safe word and nobody's shutting the heck up. Pow. So throw up that symbol. Make sure you say the safe word of the day, which is movie, so that everybody knows what it is. Now, before we get into anything else, we need to say hello to our A1. Since day one, he rocks with us on all the lives, all of our videos, and he, you know, just hangs out and chills. He's part of the crew. So, crew, what we'd like to say hello to our fan favorite. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
Roy.
You're my boy Blue.
So here's the deal. If you want your shout out like Mr. Roy gets his every live, then I suggest you tune in, subscribe, and check out them description box. You don't know links, you know, all that stuff.
Crazily enough, we've been saying that for like the past 2 years that we've been running SafeWord, and we still ain't got one more person just like ride or die.
Oh my God, hit us up.
So I mean, like Roy is either a different breed or like people just ain't as committed as they used to be.
Well, once y'all check it out, you guys will be happy because we offer you so many varieties of ways to like connect with us, and you guys would enjoy it. So, you know, rock with us.
Yeah, you just need to like subscribe and be here on Fridays. Okay, so Mr. Kane, we come to your section of the show tonight. Do we have Miss Sasha?
Hot topic.
Woo! You better bring it, boy.
Do.
She's saying for you. She's saying.
So one of the things that I wanted to start off with tonight, and take this with a grain of salt, just because take everything that comes out of like a psychological study with a grain of salt.
Okay.
But somebody did a study, broke down a lot of things and took a lot of information down, a lot of data to come up with, what do your sexual fantasies really mean? So
it's like one of those diagnosis things.
Yeah, so they've compiled a list of things like on here, and some of them, you know, like kind of track, some of them make a lot of sense, and a lot of them, I mean, it's like, I hate categorizing, you know, one specific thing, you know, like, oh, this is exactly what you're going through, because, you know, like what's good for the goose isn't always good for the gander. So like everybody's going to have their own unique perspectives on this. So if we discuss something that doesn't necessarily line up with exactly what your train of thought is, or what you were really thinking about when you were pondering about your coworker, or thinking about experiencing, you know, experimenting with being a dom or a sub, you know, doesn't mean that you're an odd duck, doesn't mean you're the odd man out, just means that, hey, they didn't talk to somebody like you when they were correlating this data.
Right.
But
True.
So
That's a survey for
Being
you.
dominated by a lover. So it's a pretty common fantasy, being dominated by a lover. What do you think, ladies? What do you think that, where's your mind at what do you think that everybody was really saying when they thought, oh, I want to be dominated by a lover? Like, if you were trying to think about this psychologically, like, what does it mean as far as the subconscious
Like them
mind
taking
goes?
control in the bedroom, maybe only.
Yes.
Right, like, and just like it's consensual, it's something you discuss, or maybe not something you discuss and they surprise you with it, but it's just it's in the bedroom only. It's not outside of that. It's not 24/7.
Being dominated by a lover, it was very cut and dry. Like, I couldn't give you a scenario or exactly what, but just the way that they worded this was, if you want to be dominated by a lover, then you're an adrenaline junkie. So study found being dominated in bed affects blood flow to the brain and releases powerful endorphins that create an altered state of consciousness similar to a runner's high. You're likely to be a thrill seeker in all areas of your life, and you seek out new experiences, which, I mean, I can kind of get at, but I mean, I wouldn't say I would say that if I wanted to be dominated by a lover, it's just, wanting a change of scenery, not necessarily because I want to go mountain biking, skydiving, bungee jumping, or anything like that.
True.
You want a bungee jump while like
No, hell no. I jumped out of a
was
plane once and that was good enough for me.
It sounds like it was a mental study, like to see what was the same reaction to one's brain, like what gave you the same dopamine levels. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I see where this was going, because I wasn't expecting that. I was like, wait, oh. Okay.
Exactly. So a lot of them are like that, where it's just like, I never would have, like, I guess maybe I could kind of see that. Like, it's kind of a jump, but
I feel like they asked a very specific question within the survey that they're not presenting for the results. And they're just like, okay, yeah, but it was a dominant question, so it's fine.
It sounds like they strategically asked those questions because they had a certain scale in mind already. So it's like, okay, this is cut and dry. Let me ask you, okay, you want to be dom? You want to be sub? Like,
what is it?
Honestly, I think you hit the nail on the head, because as I was reading through this, I felt like they already had an idea of what they wanted to say. And so they just gathered and asked the questions in a certain order that made them like, oh, yep, it's exactly what I thought. Eureka.
Right.
So dominating a submissive means that you want to boss the boardroom. So you kind of feel like this is one that kind of tracks. Like I said, it's really easy to see where they were coming up with this. If you constantly feel like you're always a submissive, in the workplace, within your family, your home life, hanging out with your friends, then odds are you kind of crave that feeling of being a boss somewhere. So we're better to do it than in a bedroom and dominate a submissive partner.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
And so we've talked about that on SafeWord before, like that's usually a really commonality. But if you're daydreaming about chores during sex, then you know how to fake it. So this is one of those things where it was just a far leap. Like, sometimes, your head's just not into it. So if your head goes somewhere else, specifically towards chores, then that just means you got a lot of shit on your plate. And this is just one more thing, adding to the docket. So
I would beg differ on that one.
Okay. Well, what's your thoughts on this, Miss Sasha? I'd love to hear it.
Like, that could be a kink. Like, that could be either something that it's not necessarily something on your mind. I would say it's either you don't want to climax that quick and it's not that you had something on your mind and you just wanted to stop, or maybe that is your kink and you're just shy about it. So it's like, okay, I don't know.
I feel like they asked a lot of married couples that like sex was becoming stale in the relationship and everything, and it's just like, it's just a Saturday thing, and I know from 8 to 8:30 that we're getting down, but at 8:30 I got to do the dishes. So
like, come on, baby.
All right.
You need to finish in 5. Got stuff to do.
Right.
Fantasizing about colleagues.
Wait,
so you have the sexual fantasy of your colleagues, then you are spending too much time around your colleagues. So the way that the study puts it is that having sexy thoughts about a colleague is normal, especially if you're around them, because the longer you're around a person, the more drawn and attracted you will become to that person. The more aspects of them you'll start to find attractive, the more uniquities that you'll find in that person. And then, just endorphins and things in your brain will start to correlate a level of attraction that a lot of people don't know how to deal with. So a lot of people think like, oh, because I feel like I'm becoming attracted to this person, doesn't necessarily mean you have a sexual thing for them. And that's often where people go with it. It's just, hey, you're around that person 24/7. Eventually your mind wanders to those places.
Right. Yeah, I had to explain to somebody, I'm like, okay, just because you like someone doesn't mean that you're into them in a sexually intimate ways. Like you admire that person so much. It's like, oh, like you're my pet. Like I really like you. Or it's the same concept of you falling for your best friend because you guys know each other so well. And like you said, you're at work so much, you can't help but be like, I wonder what it. Nah, miss that up. I can see it.
All right, so this one was actually really interesting. I read through this specific portion a couple of times. What does it mean if you think about reliving sex with your ex?
Ooh, reliving sex. Well, I mean, it could be just a great sexual experience that you had with your ex. And so like maybe it's your best experience, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be back with that person. It just means, oh, that, that sexual experience was woo.
Yeah, they sure did it the right way. Yeah.
God, he could lay some good D, but he sucks. Like
right. Like if he didn't exist in just his crotch.
Right.
So if you think about reliving sex with your ex, it's actually the way that this study puts it. You are looking to reconnect with your youth. You remember a time where you were a little bit more youthful in your past and wish that you could relive certain experiences, make different choices, or you actually just miss the idea of a lifetime before where you're at currently. Like I said, this is the way the study put it.
Well,
so
yeah, no,
it was
and
actually
I'm
really
not
interesting to kind of look at it from that perspective.
I'm just sitting there going, okay, because look, there's been times where you have an ex, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be a relationship. It could be an ex that you had sex with, and that's all it was a sexual connection, and you still miss the way that person put it down. All right, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you're missing a part of your youth or anything.
Right. Or
like,
you're missing a time in your life. Like that could have been the only good thing in that time of your life. So it could have been like, okay, I
hold
just
on to.
That. Yeah, I just missed that moment. Like even if that person wasn't there, just that was good. It wasn't even that person.
All right. So the last one that I'm going to touch on, and it's because it's a really touchy subject.
Ooh,
right. But I'm really eager to get your guys' perspective on this piece of it. So what does it mean if your sexual desires start leaning towards a same-sex encounter?
You know what? I asked Miss Sasha and I this question.
No.
Oh, no. I'm really...
You're like, I am.
Yeah, I am for a reason.
Oh, girl, get it.
Because it's not going
to...
Yes. Okay. So in my perspective, it can mean that you're lacking sensual intimacy and you're lacking physical touch.
Or you're lacking your love language, because like if it's a guy that is sitting there fantasizing about another man, and let's say he's never done that before, there's a piece that you're missing within, whatever relationships you're dealing in that still could be, satiated by.
I think we all have somewhat of an inquisitive thought about the same sex at some point, but in regards to this,
exactly.
Yeah, because I know I see guys like, damn, that's a good looking man.
Right, right.
Bitch, I fucked that. Damn,
right, exactly. Or other way around.
I just think he's a pretty boy. Let me.
Well, and here's the thing: I know a lot of men that are comfortable with their sexuality that can look at a man and go, "Damn, now that's a fucking sexy ass dude." Like if I was
not that I would ever do anything with another dude. Like it'd be far in between. Like I don't know, like
if it came down to it,
like
he can get it.
You watch some like Laura Croft, you watch some like space sci-fi stuff, and they're talking about when Saturn aligns with Jupiter. I'm talking like something like that has to happen, and the moon portal has
like
to,
which video game
like
some would you do?
Straight up cosmic shit has to happen before like I'm, am I gonna? I am.
Don't play it in.
But I can honestly say with like an open mind and with complete honesty that I could see a dude and be like, damn, that's an attractive dude. Like shit. Like I wish. Life must be easy for that motherfucker. Like he handsome, blue eyes, dark hair. Just fuck, man. I wish I looked like that.
Yo,
I could look at a man with a level of attraction and a critical eye and say that is an attractive individual.
This may sound so weird because I'm attracted to both male and females, but it's rare that I see men and I'm like, he's beautiful. Oh my God, he's beautiful. Like guys are handsome. They're. But to see a guy be like, oh my God, he's stunning. Like what the, it's rare. So I even feel the same way because it's hard to come by.
Well, and that's no joke because like literally, I am attracted to both sexes as well. But for me, I'm sapiosexual. So you got to have something up here that does something for me. For me to fucking connect. Like it just, I don't even care how you look. Like really honestly, like if there's something that can connect here, then okay. You know, like, but if you could be the beautiful, most perfect, picturesque fucking Greek god, okay? Goddess. The moment you open your mouth, you can ruin that very quickly for
Absolutely.
very quickly for me.
And not even because of the teeth. It's because it's ugly. Whatever's coming out that mouth is ugly.
Right.
It's hollow, like hello.
So I actually had an old friend of mine, and him and I got along. We were co-workers together. We hung out, but I noticed that he always wore hats. And so it wasn't anything that I really called into question or really said anything or made note of, you know, like some people, that's just their style. So I let that go and everything until one day I saw him take his hat off to like run his fingers through his hair, and he had a nice clean fade. His hair was like almost like silver, and he had like a really nice hairdo underneath his hat. And it made me question, dude, you got a good head of hair. Like I thought, you know, most dudes that wear hats all the time are like bald, you know, haven't gotten a haircut, you know, just don't do it like that. So when I saw this dude without his hat on, I made a comment. I was just like, damn, dude, you got nice hair. And it almost came out without really thinking or really putting much thought into it, or like what the response was going to be, which ended up being negative. He just looked at me and was like, damn, dude, that's kind of gay. And I was like, oh, damn, like you're not open-minded enough to just take a compliment.
Right.
So
take a compliment.
it really put a strain on the friendship, because it was like, all right, man, like you and I are just on different wavelengths, because it wasn't anything about an level of attraction. It was just literally paying you a compliment because it was an aspect.
It was the observation
I hadn't
of
seen
factual
before. So.
Well, I got something to add to this because Mr. Roy commented. Okay. So Mr. Roy says, my boy Blue finally coming out about us. And then he said, I have blue eyes and dark hair. Haha.
You have hair?
Total bromance. That is
no.
so wrong. Don't out Roy, all right? We
Don't
love Roy.
do it.
Anytime we ever see him on a Zoom call or anything, this is what we see. Because like he's always got the camera angled down. Like I can honestly say I've never seen like a full frontal profile of Roy, because he's always been.
You have dark hair, Roy. We need to know. We need to confirm.
I know.
You
The people's court wants to know.
Dark hair.
Right.
I wasn't trying to throw shade. I was just honestly like, you know what? I can't think of a time I've ever seen the dude just straight on. Like he's always had the phone, like he's always holding the phone like you regularly hold a phone, you know, just at a bad angle. Like didn't know the dude had hair. My bad. Shit.
We love Roy.
Right.
We love Roy.
Much love, Roy. Always love. All right. So one last thing I want to leave with you guys tonight, and this is something that's going to make everybody go, ooh. So everybody is familiar, I'm sure. I mean, if not, you live under a rock, and I don't know what to do for you, child. But y'all remember the old brown bottle Listerine?
Yes. Yes.
Right. So the original, the OG Listerine.
The OG golden bottle. Yes.
Yeah.
Nasty as hell. Yeah.
All right. So what's that used for?
What?
What's that used for? What is it?
Mouthwash to clean your mouth?
Yeah.
Antibacterial. Yeah.
You can sterilize for piercings with that too, but
yes, you can.
Yeah, you can talk to a bunch of people. Everybody's always got, you know, like you have different cultures that like Greeks, they use Windex for sore sprains, arthritis.
Yep.
But Listerine, did you know that in the 30s? Get ready for this. I just want to sit back. Hang on real fast. Let me get comfy because y'all about to do shit.
Wait, I gotta back up so that we can get the full reaction. Let's hear this.
All right. So did y'all know that in the 1930s, Listerine was marketed as a female hygiene product?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Coochie on fire! No! 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 pH balance.
How? Not even pH balance because it's soap. It's like your eye. I'm gonna keep it real. If y'all don't know what it feels like, if something that don't feel good is in your vajayjay, it feels like soap that gets in your eye. So
not okay.
Think of Listerine in a cut.
Think of an open cut, an open sore. Okay, and you
real quick when Listerine was first marketed, before it was listed as a hygiene product, it came out like in the 1900s, 1910s. It was originally listed as an antiseptic. You could put it on cuts. It is good for that. Alcohol was sterilizing. It just wasn't comfortable. You know, it didn't feel good. And so then, you know, they tried to rebrand it because they had a really good formula. They also used it for cleaning floors, cleaning countertops, because it had a fresh scent. It was disinfectant.
Clean all should not be near your crotch. I'm so sorry.
Like, just no. Just
And so there, I
Oh.
found an article. I'll post a link up where it was an ad in like a magazine or a newspaper where it was Listerine now for feminine hygiene.
Oh my God.
And so the only question that I really had is what the hell was going on in coochies in the 30s that we thought an antiseptic alcohol-based mouthwash was good to clean out of a JJ?
No wonder why there were so many like disgruntled alcoholic housewives.
Damn.
Like, can you imagine just like an old flapper in the 1930s? Say, doll, you know, I really want to get down with you because you showed me your ankle, but I really need you to just throw some of this Listerine down there because
I'm sure they had to because there was probably not good hygiene at that point in time.
hell no,
in
Greeks had
life.
good hygiene back in the 800s. Like soap and water existed. Like, why alcohol?
Well, they
And
still had chastity belts then, and I don't. Yeah, not chastity belts.
But now I'm really
menstruation
curious as
belts.
to when somebody decided, you know, like, hey, you know what feels a lot better than alcohol? Vinegar. Like, just as good, just as effective, works better.
You could
Movie.
dilute.
And I'm just going to say this real quick because we've got a lot of stuff going on in the chats. If you spamming, get the heck out because this is for chats. Like, people want to converse and you guys are spamming. Just stop. Or I'm going to have to block you. Okay, cool. Go.
Now I need to calm down now.
Right.
About to
Don't
go in-
spam
about to
stuff
hop
in
in
my
and
chat
moderate
now.
if
Don't
we need
spam
to.
stuff. I'm watching.
So it's safe to say that female hygiene has come a long way since the 1930s, and almost 100 years ago, that was marketed as Listerine, the original douche.
That is ridiculous. Like,
That's
I can't-
really what they said. It was the original douche.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay. I was about to say if that was marketing.
So I was
then
saying
that was
Listerine is
original.
alcohol based. Like I'm saying, like thank God in the 40s or the 50s, whenever you know Massengill came out, they decided that vinegar was a safer, much more comfortable alternative.
Well, and it makes me wonder if they use that in association with STDs. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody came up with an itch or a yeast infection or something, and they're like, pour alcohol on it. It'll cure everything because they used alcohol for like, you know, anesthesia and for sterilization. And you know what I'm saying? So
That's
I can
exactly.
see them being like, pour this in there. It'll get rid of it.
I totally agree with you because I was thinking the same thing. I was totally on the same wavelength.
Right.
Well, I mean, I could definitely see that just because this is also a time period where people thought moonshine was a disinfectant. Like, oh, you got a cut or a scrape, you know, you scrape your hands doing some field work, throw some moonshine on there and then drink some, you'll feel better.
Right.
No, yeah, no.
No, just don't.
Mm-mm.
All right, just in case you're curious, alcohol is not good for your pH balance, isn't good for what you got going on down there. It actually creates more issues than it solves. One of them, and the most prevalent that you'll notice first and foremost, is that should be dry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I don't understand. I really don't understand.
Like it's not a medical term, but like the best way I could describe it is probably like sandpaper snatch. Like that's
Well,
what's going to happen if you
and
put alcohol up there.
Here's a little known tidbit. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on blast on this one. Now, they've got some stuff on the market called dude wipes, right? Get you nice and clean in the backside. Oh, King knows about it. Okay.
I'm putting like the guy who manufactured dude wipes. I'm putting his grandson through college with how much
I'm gonna
invested
kill
in
him.
that shit.
Okay, because like maybe it's my problem because I didn't read the label very clear. It says with mint.
Yep.
Ooh. That would give you that feeling.
I
don't think mint would because mint is oil.
Yeah, that's what it gives you.
It gives you that clean, fresh feeling.
No, it gives you a clean, burning feeling. You're
Oh, well, that must mean you got
all
cuts
the way
going
around,
on in your butt cheeks.
disinfected.
Mhm. Ain't nothing wrong with a little dude wipe.
Just put some icy hot in that shit and just tell me how you feel afterwards.
Made that mistake before.
Don't want to know how that happened.
Right?
Wasn't icy hot, it was Tiger Balm.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
That's worse because that stuff don't dissipate.
Nah. There was a gallon of Ben and Jerry's that don't ever want to see my face again. Let your imaginations run wild. And that's all we've got for hot.
Movie that.
Movie. Is that all we have for hot topics, Mr. Kane? Normally,
I was like,
I'm gonna give you a whole round of applause. Just all the. We gonna get a sound deck on this shit, and they're gonna be cheering. Okay. So let's get into our show tonight. So, like I said, we're already going to be reviewing some movies tonight. More accurately, we're going to be critiquing some BDSM and kink scenes in some popular movies. So I figured I'd kick this off. All right. And I'm gonna throw out a title there, and then I'm gonna just shut it up because I want to see what my crew has to say when I say this title. Okay. So the iconic scene from the movie True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do we have a vibe? Are we feeling it? See, I told you I was gonna go old school first. I'm old.
Oh my god. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Okay.
Okay.
So I know that Kane's got a little clip for us if we don't know, but this is the iconic scene where Jamie Lee Curtis like strips, but she's playing an unknown undercover investigator, and she thinks that she's going undercover trying to, rat this guy out, figure his story out, right? And so she's supposed to be stripping for him. The thing I love about this is that Jamie had never done anything like this to date till this movie. And so like everything was on point, like her whole awkward stance, like when she's trying to be sexy. And this is why I'm starting with this, because it's a little bit of stripping, a little bit of role play. Anyone, And so it gives that whole like tease, that little, and that was back in what, the 90s? That came out in the 90s, yeah?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So do you have a clip for us, Mr. K?
Yes, I do.
So that if anybody doesn't understand what the heck I'm talking about, y'all need to join us on this journey.
Are you guys seeing the full screen or just the?
No, we're seeing your entire computer. There we go. Yep.
All right.
There you go. Oh, it's glitching like a mug.
Audio doesn't go higher than that. Sorry.
It's okay. She looks so uncomfortable.
All right, so you get the gist.
You get an idea. So, like, but the best part, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna have to back up for this one because I'm sorry. Like she played it so well because like he plays the recording. He's actually her husband, and she doesn't know that he's a private investigator and undercover and all that stuff. So he's going undercover as the guy. She doesn't realize that that's the guy, and she's being made to be this like escort to save her husband, right? Because on the back end, FBI is in on it and all that, right? So, but the best part is that when she goes, okay, and she's all awkward and like one leg is turned this way, her body's this way, and she's like, and I'm like, that is so how somebody would stand like, is this sexy?
Like, am I doing sexy right? Am I doing it?
Sexy? Like, it's right.
Like, no, baby. It's okay. You're trying.
But then she really gets into it. Like, if you watch True Lies, like it was all of a sudden she lost what she was doing there, and her feminine energy just came in. And I'm just like, I
wish I had the full scene, because my favorite part of that is when she tries to swing on the bed and falls and hops right back up.
Like she does it like a cat.
Yeah, she really does. She swings around that shit and just.
It was funny because it reminded me of this one time somebody was trying to make a sexy video for me, and so they had snaps. And so they went to go undo the snaps, and so one of them came off, like she tried to do both at the same time. One of them came undone, the other one didn't. She let that one go and it snapped.
Oh!
And she didn't have the editor, so she didn't cut that part out or redo it or anything. So right in the middle of a sexy video, you just heard, ow!
Oh God, that's horrid. Oh my gosh.
Oh, nothing will take you out the mood quicker.
Like 3.5 minute video and everything. I'm all like halfway across the country watching this, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool. What's to say? Oh, damn, nope. America's Funniest Home Videos.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That's
So
awesome.
I mean, I
That was
just
such a
touched
good
on
movie.
that piece of it because it's just a little bit of role play, but we're gonna get deeper into this, right? I know Miss Sasha got some kink. Give us your movies, baby. Give us
I do. Okay, I'll start with one of them. Okay, one of the clips I had, it was, hold on one second. So one of the clips that I sent in, it was more or less, it's not necessarily a movie. I think it's a clip of something. It's in another language. So, but it's called Shit Where You Eat. And from what I've gathered, it's a play on, I guess, a scat fetish. I don't know. We could take a look and look. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think as we look it up. Brother Kane, do you have that?
Brother
Yes,
Kane,
I sure do.
Yay.
You have that.
Brother Kane.
Brother Kane, I'm gonna need you.
I think it's in another language.
There you go. Now we big.
And you can skip to it because it takes a minute to get to it unless you guys want to watch it. I think it's like 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, just skip through it.
Oh,
Uh-huh. If you buff through it, you'll see when they're like approaching the toilets.
The toilets. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
If you haven't seen this movie,
Well,
Sasha
it's in the
just told
title.
I'm okay. Oh, you professor, am I right? Scrub through it.
Yeah, you can scrub. Yep.
Please don't tell me they're gonna start blowing it up while they're.
Yep. They're just like it's normal. And they're sitting with their pants down. It's not like they're just sitting on toilets. Yeah.
They're just having a full-on conversation, like. All right, well, that's somebody's kink fetish fantasy somewhere.
24/7 though. That's what we're doing. So that would be like a 24/7 in my mind. Because even the baby is like, this is normal. That we just have someone over and they're sitting on the toilet for dinner.
Right.
I thought that was just, that was a whole nother level of things.
No, that was them trying to give you a little taste that like Brady Bunch got freaky behind the doors. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be the ones you think.
But how do you think they got them 7 kids?
Because they do everything under the sun. There's no limits. There's absolutely no limits.
Could you-
About it now though, because before we couldn't show an ankle. I'm just saying now there's women on here talking about sex. Okay.
I mean,
Can you imagine just like showing up, like you talking to somebody and I'm like, hey, I want you to come over to my parents' house for dinner, or like we're going over to my friend's house for lunch or something. You show up and it's like, yo, man, you got a ton of commodes. Like
what's up with your like
is that the dining room or like
Or
what
two.
what kind of experience are we in for here? Like
right?
Wow.
I
you
knew
didn't
guys
warn
were
me,
rich,
you
but,
didn't
like,
think to discuss this prior to, like I would have come up with an excuse.
right. You guys are rich,
Yeah.
but how rich? Because this is
Yeah.
like borderline. This is weird. Okay. So I'll give you another one before we move on. This one, since you brought it up old school, Miss Aurora, let's do Fatal Instinct. I don't know if anyone remembers that movie
Yes, I love
from
that.
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, I still love like spoofs and dark comedies. So I thought this would be a fun little clip to stroll down memory lane with, but it's called a Kinky Affair. And this is the scene when they finally get to get it on. And yeah, well, we could scrub through this and you'll see where it gets funny.
Damn.
Yeah, they're doing everything. Yeah.
Damn, rolling around.
They took that carpet with them.
Woo.
She's enjoying it.
Got to get the buffer.
Yep, she had her eyes crossed. I saw that pause. Ooh, hey now. Why do I not know of this movie? I'm gonna go watch this now. Yes. ass, kicking the light fixtures, plates spinning. What's happening there? Holy heck. Okay, Miss Sashi, go ahead and explain this for people that don't know what the hell just happened right now.
Okay. So this is a movie that's a spoof, and it's a detective, and he's working with this, I guess it's a deceased person, or this woman's husband's missing, and he's a detective on the case. And they've just been having this lusty little, flirty situation with each other, going back and forth. And it culminated in this. They was like, okay, well, let's bust it all the way open. Okay, let's do adultery. Let's do some circus play. Let's do some kitchen play. They went for it. So that's my definition of no holds bars and anything goes. So
that is awesome. I appreciate that one, because now I'm gonna go watch this movie. Okay, because
it is hilarious.
Oh, rolling, kicking the chandelier, taking the carpet with why am I not here for this? I'm sorry. Why do I not know about this movie with the eyes crossing and the okay. I know
it's a hilarious movie.
Like they were getting
Laura
down
has homework tonight.
Yes. I forget which movie that was a spoof on, but it's like a Lethal Weapon. I think it was not Lethal Weapon. I forget what production company did it, but it was like it's a series of spoofs that like did some like
Naked Gun and all them.
Yeah, that. Mm-hmm. Very that.
That makes sense.
So
that makes sense. All right, Mr. Kane, I know you don't come with some good. Some good.
All right, so I got a funny one. I gotta keep up with the funny.
Yeah. Because it's good in here. It's getting good. So come on, you gotta keep up.
Let's let it happen.
All
just
right.
Let it happen.
So,
you sound like a creep.
Just a tip, just to see how it feels.
Like shh, let it happen. Just let it
Don't be okay.
All right.
Just feel.
Sorry, I gotta navigate through some web pages.
You good. So tell us your movie before you go into this.
All right. So everybody remembers the movie Next Friday. If you guys don't, I mean.
Yeah, where have you been living? Under a rock?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember the scene where the bank calls and says that the bank sends a statement, says that they're going to put the house up for auction, and they're getting ready to get evicted tomorrow.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys remember this part.
Oh yes. John Witherspoon was the man. I'm sorry.
I forgot.
Oh, that's not even John. That's the other dude. Oh my God.
Got the flog.
She's tied to her St. Andrew's cross in the back.
And she's
tied to a St. Andrew's cross in the. You done fucked up the whole place scene. Consent is out the window. We got to renegotiate now. Get the hell out of here,
man. And messed up the mojo, man. That's why I know me growing up, you don't knock on the door when it's closed. Don't you knock on my door if this door is closed. I will come I'll see if you're dead in a minute, okay?
My mama used to put a sock on the outside of the door. You knew if there was a long ass sock hanging off the handle, you don't need mama for nothing, okay?
Give mama about 30, 45 minutes. Mama come out later.
Just more than that.
That's some real big D energy.
Like you just might as well make yourself dinner and put yourself to bed. But
we're not gonna see mom till tomorrow afternoon.
Right. The sock is on the door. Mama gone.
Yeah, she's not here. She's in the house, but she's not here. She's not here. No.
Like
no, I know you hear her upstairs, baby, but she ain't here. That's just a recording.
No, her soul's not in her body, but she's here. She's upstairs. The sock's just on the door.
The sock's is on the door.
This is where we say indisposed. She's indisposed at the moment.
Just think you're a 5-year-old and that's the case, and someone comes to your door. It's like, my mom's not here. Well, what's the yelling I hear? She's here, but she's not here. Like she said, when the sock's on the door, she's checked out.
What's the yelling about? Well, my mama really cares about my education.
Yeah, she does. She's putting me through college right now.
Well, I ain't never had a Forrest Gump moment. But I did have the moment where I had to answer the door and be like, my mama ain't here right now. What's the screaming I hear? Someone getting beat? No, it's consensual.
Mind your business, sir. I need you to
I want you to go ahead. And it didn't help that we lived across the street, like directly. Like I could have thrown a pebble, thrown a pebble and hit the police station. Okay.
Dang.
Just saying, thank you, Mom, for all of my experiences.
If she's watching, she's like, "You're welcome."
She's like, "You're welcome."
You are
Fuck
today.
Sure. Oh, I'm definitely sure. She's okay. Like, yep, there you go. Now you know. You're welcome.
All right, so we got a dangerous method. So you want me to go into mine now?
Yes.
I'm gonna take the stage. All right, because I'm gonna keep with the funny. All right, this is more recent. It's not new, but it's more recent, and I loved this because it was like a full out. Like, it wasn't just like a, oh hey, there's somebody in the background on a St. Andrew's cross. There's somebody in a hood, right? And I'm kicking you out the room. You don't know what's going on. This was a full on like, oh, holy hell, we didn't talk about this. There's no negotiations. Okay. What men want. All right. If you've ever seen What Women Want with Mel Gibson, I honestly think Tosh Peterson did this better. She did so good on this. And I'm just gonna get quiet. Because she in love with this white boy in her apartment. The heels up on the door. You better let it know about to go down. Not like she thinks though.
If life was really like this, a lot of this would happen. This would happen.
Yes. But then people don't want to converse with what the hell they got going on in their own apartment and what they into. Just be open about your kinks. Please be open about your kinks.
Say something. And we've talked about this plenty. There's plenty of links. We'll drop some cards up somewhere. This is not how you do this. Okay. We've talked about this before, class. So she's
admiring the artwork. She's like, I could marry this man. We can date. This is going to go down so good. Oh my. She said, what the? I think I left my kid in the back seat. You stay right there. And that's exactly what you will get if you don't negotiate or talk to somebody about your kinks beforehand. You can't sit in the love swing, hooded up, handcuffed to that thing. Like, girl, come on, let's.
Oh my goodness!
I met you in the club. Let's do this.
See, no. I can see. Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate since Kane likes to play devil's advocate. I'll take that. All
right.
I'll take that captain hat today.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so I could see how he could think that she was down for that because she pulled a dumb move.
Right, she did. But she did it without knowing that, and that's just because she's a businesswoman and she's got power.
So she doesn't. It was an assumed key.
Control. Yeah,
I can see how that got assumed. Because
I can like not assume too, but this is what we're trying to teach here. Do not assume.
Don't. You're making ass out of yourself.
What the hell you're into? Okay. Even if you think it's gonna be a no, at least you got an answer.
Right.
Don't end up like this white boy that got stuck up and I don't even know how he got out. Did he get out?
Well, he got himself in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got himself in there easily enough. I mean,
he's still swinging. He's just still the crew don't left, turn off the lights. He's still.
Speaking of swinging, I wish I could show you guys this video. I was on a walk today and I saw this truck and I looked at the truck hitch and I was like, what? It had some pasty, hangy balls hanging from the hitch.
I've seen that. Yo, no, on the West Coast, that's what you see. I'm sorry.
Oh my
country hick town, that's what you're gonna see. Some balls hanging off of a fucking ball hitch.
So okay. Why the balls on the hitch? Because the hitch is so little, so it looks like you got a little dick and huge balls because you got a truck. So why are we doing this? Is this the point, or I don't know?
No. So the reason why people do that is because they say that my truck's got balls, which means that it's got the torque to pull, tow, do all this other stuff. So the original thing that used to be was, I remember back, my grandfather had a friend. Do you guys know what truck nuts are?
No, I can honestly say I know a lot of shit, but I don't know that one.
So like just like a nut and a bolt, it's a giant, huge, like think about what they would use to like install on like one of those big dump truck tires, just massive,
a big,
large, lack of a better word, nut.
Okay.
And so one of the guys said, it was like, yeah, my truck's got nuts. And so when you went behind his truck, he had 2 truck nuts with like a wire hanger on there, and somebody marketed it and made an actual
so you know
sack.
the history behind
Right.
Hey, Mr. Kane, do you have a date for us? When was this?
So when I first saw the truck nuts, like the actual nuts, was in the 90s. But then when I was stationed in San Diego, yeah, you would see that just like bumper to bumper traffic on the freeway. Everybody, and they would be brightly colored, like bright orange, bright green, and it's like you trying to draw attention to that. Like,
okay, well,
I've
now
even seen it as a keychain.
Hold on, I gotta let the fucking audience know why Sasha and I are dying right now, because I literally said that sarcastically. Do you have a date for us, Mr. Kane? But I said it because I knew he probably did, because he's a history buff. He got
exactly.
knowledge, just random facts, just floating around in here all the time. It's like, that was 1978.
But one thing about Mr. Kane, he ain't gonna tell you something unless he can tell you the reference, the CC, the cliff note.
When it got copyright, when it came into production.
Copyright, so don't copy me, okay?
This man right here.
He gonna tell you. Okay.
I'll tell you. I love him for that. Thank you, Mr. Kane, for giving us our history.
My favorite line is, when did you become an expert? Like 10 minutes ago, really.
10 minutes.
Right.
10 minutes ago.
The moment I popped out the puss, okay? I blessed the earth with this greatness.
Amen. Hallelujah.
So now when you see truck nuts, just know that means they have a little, a little arm and, big.
Or they're compensating for something, because I've known a lot of men. I've dated a lot. That's sad. I've dated a lot of men.
Most of the time when I see people hop trucks like that, they have to hop out.
Okay,
like damn near falling.
Look, I'm about, okay, we're gonna go here, okay? I've dated a man with balls on his truck, and then he had to hold the handle and step on the step to get up in the driver's seat. You compensating for something.
You have to hang on your arm thing like a monkey bar to get in. You're a toddler.
Right.
Okay.
Just stop. Take the balls off.
And I don't mean a baby arm, okay?
It's not working for anyone.
You need a step stool. If you need a step stool to get in your truck, stop.
I'm like 5'5", 5'6". I had a Chevy Avalanche, and it didn't have the drop bar on it. And so,
look here, we wasn't trying to out you, just so you know.
No,
I know, right?
I'll say it, like
yourself.
A full-size truck. Yeah, like I gotta grab the steering wheel and pull myself in there. I don't give a shit.
Well, that's hilarious. That's why you flipped me off. You're like, look now.
Yep.
Shut up.
We want to talk? We gonna talk.
Like,
we got this.
I got you. Assaulted, okay?
I gotta do it.
Right.
And yes, I will be man enough to say I am compensating for something. Shit. I mean, I've seen black.com. Like I can't drive around in the Pinto and be like, oh yeah, like compensating in the opposite direction. Like, nope, need that 2,500 max torque capacity.
If you have a if you have a raggedy car, you know what they say, broke niggas got the best dick. So I don't know, either or. So you got a big truck, you could have a little one, or you got a little hoopty. They're like,
damn,
you got 2 or 3 kids. If you see somebody with 2 or 3 kids in a hoopty, you probably got a baby arm. Cause
I ain't gotta drive a nice car, girl. Look.
I don't need to drive a nice car, baby, because I could drop something off to you. I could drop this off.
And I learned this from you, and this is already going into NC-17 adult content anyways. So here's the deal. I learned this from Mr. Kane. It's that baby arm, right? But it's a soft off. Like, that's not even where it gets to. It's a soft off.
That's an elephant truck. Because, they already long before they go. Just saying.
I don't know. You guys are discussing problems that I just don't have. Sorry.
Oh, shut your face. He likes to fucking put his. I ain't got nothing. But
okay. Well, humble braggers mean something too.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
There's too many scenarios when people humble brag. That's something too. Because whenever I see somebody,
right,
like, I'm all right.
I ain't got shit. I ain't got nothing.
I'm black.
That means you got something.
I'm like,
you know what the fuck you doing.
I'm like above average, so like I can say, with confidence, like I'm above average, but like that's like not by much. I'm definitely driving the percentage
You're
upwards.
so modest,
But
humble, Mr. Kane. We love you, Brother Kane. Brother Kane.
We love humble kings. We stand a humble king.
all these chicks, you know, if you're watching right now, you're just like, I
hey.
bet you he's hung like a. No, I'm sorry. You will.
No.
Like
Hey,
if you were.
check the description box. Follow us on social media. You're gonna be.
Humble king. Love a humble king.
I'm
With
just
that,
saying. I mean,
we love our humble Kane.
you call it humble. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry. I will never be that person to be like, oh yeah, you ain't gonna be able to handle it. Like, no, you know what? Like, I like to think of my penis as a Native American. It's gonna get there. It's gonna, it's gonna leave the land exactly as it left it. Just very.
It's just gonna tend to the land.
It's not gonna change.
We're just here to tend to the
water.
Respect Mother Earth.
Bro.
Reap the bounty of the land. It's like, what do you mean I'm an Indian? What?
Oh my God.
I will not cause a disturbance. You ain't like.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nobody's ever gotten with one of my exes and was just like, what am I gonna do with this?
Oh, okay. Well, hey now. But from the babes, mouth of babes.
You can't even talk no more.
I'm just like, that's a whole lot that you just put out for the web to see. Okay.
I can't be anything other than me. I ain't gonna lie, ain't gonna disappoint,
That's hilarious. I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it either. I love you. I love you for that. Thank you, Mr. K. Thank you for your testimony.
All here for you guys. I lay it all out for you guys. Like, this is what safe word is. We're gonna be honest. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the nitty-gritty, the things you don't want to hear about, the things that you might be too embarrassed about. It's just been a really recent development. Like, I feel like with OnlyFans, like a lot of people are more comfortable coming out and not having as much, but still, having a confidence, having a power to be able to say, a self-confidence and be like, this is me, this is what I got. If you make fun of it, cool. You know what? Somebody out there does like it. So
well, it's good to have a platform where it's like you can express yourself in any way, shape, or form, and you can cater to your fans however you want to cater to your fans. And there's a thing for everything. Hell, you can have an OnlyFans and people may like your face. You know what I'm saying? They're into your collarbone, your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Your collarbone.
So I read this one thing one time, and I this is what makes the basis and the foundation of like self-confidence, right? This is where I got to. If 99% of the people on the planet Earth don't like you, that means 30 million people do.
Ooh, right. I like it. Facts.
Mm-hmm. So put yourself out there. That's pretty much what Brother Kane is saying. For everybody,
if I turned away 99% of the women on the planet, I'd wager that there's still about 16 million. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's all right.
He ain't gonna hurt me tonight. I can take all that.
Right.
All right. So we've gone through a little bit of our movie thing. I'm gonna throw a curveball in here right now, though.
That's great.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a curveball. I've been thinking about this one all day. Okay, because we gave some old clips, right?
Mm-hmm.
We gave some kind of newer clips. One thing that I really, really enjoy is that kink and BDSM is showing up a lot more in like everything. So real quick, rapid fire before we play our game. Can you give me one show where kink, and we're not even going to say the scene. If you want to know, you're going to have to listen to the show that we say and then go watch it for yourselves. Okay. So what, real quick, rapid fire. A recent show that's on the air now that you think is doing a good job showing or at least introducing or shit, that was a king I said. That was BDSM. Ready, Kane? I know you got it.
Yep.
All right, go.
I think we got the same one, Crossing Swords.
No, I got something different.
That does a good representation of it?
Or just a representation because they're starting to show it.
Game of Thrones. Is it it's a Game of Thrones or The Witcher, one of the two, but every episode they doing stuff. My friend watches it, and I don't watch it. And every time I'll just be talking and just I'm like, what?
Yeah,
it's
some random
sexy
happening in there. But I gotta give it hands down because this is a damn fucking animation. And they really, really touch on the secretiveness of it, but yet the openness of it. It's like, yeah, this is what we do in our off time. I'm off, bitch. What? Disenchantment. I'm sorry. They do such a good job. If you don't know about Disenchantment, you're missing out. Go watch it on Netflix. Lucy's that's my dude. Lucy's my dude. But the priest that works under the king.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I haven't watched this show in like a season or so. So
if you have watched Disenchantment, you know what I'm talking about. His whole cult has a sex dungeon under the castle. And they're like, we're doing this tonight. Yeah.
Wink, wink. You don't say wink, wink.
Yeah. Okay, someone's getting tied to the St. Andrew's cross tonight. I was just like, yes. But the one that like puts it out there, I would have to be, or I would have to say it's bonding on Netflix. But there's a big piece of it that isn't true. Like it's just there for entertainment purposes. Because I worked in a dungeon, and I'm like, that don't happen. That don't happen. I wish that would happen. What the heck? Yeah, you don't feel that. So, but bonding does a very good job of introducing what it is to step into the sex work field. So, those are my two. But Disenchantment, y'all gotta watch that one.
Man, now you've sparked me to rewatch the first season and
we in season 3, 4?
I know it's
stuff too. What are we in season 3, 4? What is it? 3? Yeah. Yo, you gotta catch up. Catch up on Netflix. Disenchantment. The artist is the same person that does
Matt Groening.
Simpsons. Yeah. So if you like kind of, even if you don't like that kind of artistry, because I wasn't into The Simpsons, Disenchantment is a whole nother level. And watch the background, because there's so many different connections.
Right. If you like Adult Swim, if you like anything,
Family Guy,
anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very quirky but funny, like dark comedy.
There's a lot of different things that are twists and tricks, and it's literally like what you go through right now, like, but it's all hidden in clout. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what we're going through as a transition as a society. It's kind of cool. So, anyways, watch that one.
All right, so I got a game for us tonight.
Yes.
Ooh, good.
All right. So we're gonna just do a real quick game before we log off for the night, and everybody can get on with their weekend. You know, I know it's Friday night. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick game called Test Your Smut. So I'm gonna give you guys a combination of actors and actresses, and I want you guys to tell me what movie they got down in.
I suck at this kind of stuff, but we are gonna play. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. So some of them are kind of easy. Some of them, you know, are iconic. Some of them are a little bit more obscure. I try to do my best to try and create a topic list where, you know, it might be something that everybody's really familiar with. You know, these were really big movies, really A-list blockbuster Hollywood productions. And a lot of them got a lot of controversy, a lot of scandal surrounded around them. So hopefully you guys know some of these references or some of these movies. So real quick, can y'all tell me, in what movie did Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry get down?
I got it. Monsters Ball. That's probably the only one I'm gonna get.
Iconic.
She was like, make me feel good.
I want you to make me feel good.
Yes.
All right. So, like I said, a combination of actors and actresses, any combination thereof. All right. So, Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wait. Oh, you got it, Sasha? I got one. I don't know if it's right. Ready? Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. I was thinking like Walk the Line. I'm like, that's not it.
The only reason I know that is because my brother's gay. He was like, yes, a gay movie that made time. What the fuck?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of gay cowboys because they be off.
Love you, Bill.
Anyways, okay, yeah.
All right. Nicole Kidman and Jude Law.
Nicole Kidman was in a movie with Jude Law. Okay, hold on. Like the last thing I can think of that Nicole Kidman was in was Moulin Rouge.
No, she was in the Polar Express, and I think that's one of the last few that I've seen her in. Isn't it Polar Express?
No, she
No,
was
I know
so
which one you're
good.
thinking of. With the polar bear, the Golden Compass.
Oh, the
There
Golden
you go,
Compass.
something
The
like
Golden
that.
Compass. Yeah, she was in the Golden Compass, but
That's all I remember.
Cold Mountain.
Jake Gyllenhaal, though. What?
Cold Mountain.
Oh no,
I haven't seen that one.
no.
I was lost. I was
Cold
like,
Mountain
It
is
took me a minute
a
to
Civil
find-
War period piece. It's actually really good if you guys ever get around to watching it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
It took me a
alright.
minute to think of Jake Gyllenhaal's face. I'm like, isn't his face
Jude
look
Law.
like Slender Man? Jude Law, yeah. My mind is elsewhere, apparently. But doesn't he look like Slender Man's little face?
yes, yeah,
No.
he's like
Like French looking. He looks very French. Like he would be like,
high
yeah.
cheekbones, like
Mhm.
Narrow
Sunken
chin, yeah.
face.
very
Okay,
chiseled look. Yes.
got it.
All
Okay.
right. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet.
The last thing I can remember they were in was like Leonardo DiCaprio. I understand that one, but like the last thing I
It
can
was one of the
remember-
biggest movies of the 90s by James Cameron.
Romeo and Juliet.
It was
No?
not Kate Winslet.
Oh wait, 90s
Yes.
Titanic.
Titanic.
There you go.
Bam!
Dang it.
Ah!
I said that
She's
so
posing naked in the car.
confidently.
She's like, yes, draw me.
Oh yeah. Draw me like you draw your French girls.
Draw me like you draw your French girls.
All right, this one's a little bit more recent. It's early 2000s. Lena Headey and Gerard Butler.
Oh, I'm off on this one.
I'll tap
Who the
out.
freak is Lena Headey?
Yeah, no.
Cersei.
Oh, and who?
Gerard Butler.
Oh, okay. Wait. He was in a big movie. Wait.
He's been in a couple big movies.
Gladiator.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Gladiator, not Gladiator. Hold on. Wait. Not
You're on the right track.
Gladiator.
It's a
300?
number, not a word.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Yeah.
Which one?
I said
300.
300.
That's it.
Yep.
Because she was a Spartan queen. Yes, I love it. And she
I
was throwing
wish I
baby
lived in that
shit.
time period. I really do, because it was not a problem. It was not a problem. They was fighting for them things.
Right?
All right, and the last one of the evening before we log out is Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman.
Mila was in Christmas movie. She didn't have a sex scene in that because she was a mom, except for that little romp in the bed. But Natalie, okay, so wait, hold on. Natalie Portman. The
Bella.
last thing I can think that she was in was like Natalie Portman.
I'm trying to think of her face and I can't even think of her face.
Natalie Portman was the Princess Diaries. Like,
No, that was Anne Hathaway.
oh, that was Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway? Okay, wait.
What's another movie she was in so I can think of her face?
She was Queen Amidala in the Star
Yes.
Wars series.
Yes.
Where the
Super-
Heart Is.
She's super preppy. She was in something with the chick from Sound
She
of-
was Thor's girlfriend.
Yes, she was Thor's girlfriend in the very first Thor, and they.
I haven't watched movies and I don't know how long.
Okay, so the last thing I remember Natalie Portman doing
Natalie Portman. Oh my
I'm surprised you guys
Outside
don't
of,
know
like,
this because it was
all
like
these
huge.
Disney fucking fluffy
It
things.
wasn't a
right?
Disney.
No, the only thing that I can think of that she did outside of the Disney fluffy shit, was Black Swan.
Black Swan.
Okay, that faced girl. Wait, what?
Wait, she was there with Mila?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the movie?
Yes, Black Swan.
Oh,
Okay, wait. We gonna need you to explain what. Wait, what? Mila got down in the kink scene with Natalie Portman. I'm gonna have to go rewatch this shit.
me too. I was like, I've watched that a couple times.
Sorry, that's every girl's fantasy. That is, they can switch it up. But anyways, where? What? In Black
You gotta
Swan?
watch it. It's in there. It's not a very short scene either. Like, have you guys ever seen Black Swan?
Yes.
All right, so it's one of those situations where they obviously filmed it, but it ended up being a fantasy.
Right, because she realizes at the end that she's all alone. Like none of the shit she went through was real. So
So the character that she created to replace her, the character that she was playing, Mila Kunis's character, didn't actually exist. And so she existed as a fantasy. And so one of the things that she thought up, like again, if you're fantasizing about a colleague or a coworker, you're working too much, it was definitely apparent in this scene where she's
That's
laid
what
out
she's
in a
working
bed
with.
because she injured herself, or she was getting sick because she was overworking herself, and she began to think that her coworker came to check in on her, brought her soup, and so they ended up going into the bedroom and doing something. But then later on, it revealed that she was playing solo, and that it was all in her head.
Oh, I kind
But
of
like I said,
that part.
they
That
had
was
to
good.
film it.
That was good. So real quick, because Roy did comment. Okay, so he got a couple of them right. He said Brokeback on the Jake Gyllenhaal thing, right? And then he said failure to launch, and I'm not quite sure where that fell in, but he said Titanic, Black Swan, with big capital letters. And
Yes.
he's like, I know the answer.
Right.
Oh,
While we're over
stupid.
here struggling and fumbling, he's like, hello.
Here's the thing. I think Roy won the game tonight. Maybe he can comment and let us know what game we play next week. If not, I'm throwing it to Miss Sasha because Sasha runs good games. Hey!
I don't mind. I
So,
don't
Mr.
mind.
Roy, you got 3 days to message me. 3 days to message
Right.
me and tell me what the game is. I'll come up with the game. Sasha and I will work on the game together. We'll give you the game because I think you won this one tonight. But Miss Sasha, be ready for next Friday.
I got you. I got you. I'm already working on it.
All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed our movie night, right? We talked about some
I had
kinky
fun.
scenes. We gave you a little sample. We can't give you
It was a
everything
date.
on YouTube.
It
but
was
we
a date
can
night.
for
We
you.
took y'all to the movies, okay?
Right. We took you to the hello. Did you grab your bag of popcorn like the video said? I'm just saying. Mr. Kane, would you like to take us out?
Sure thing.
'Cause
All
that's
right,
all we
everybody.
had.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you were entertained by our antics and by the videos and the clips that we've shown and by our commentary. You know, it's our first time being movie critics, so be gentle on us. If you didn't like our commentary, well then you know what, find a different YouTube channel.
Find
But
a different YouTube.
it's just what it is. So if you like it, come back. If you don't, hey, we got plenty of other content that we produce. This was just something quick that we threw together to bring you guys some entertainment and hang out with you guys on Friday. We were out last week. We came back this week. We thought we'd, bring you guys something fun, lighthearted, a little bit easier to digest. So if anything, we've given you guys some ideas of what you guys can do with your weekend. So no holds barred. Everything's good. Everything's cool. Everything's kosher. You guys are good. All right. We love you guys so much. We hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, this is SafeWord from the SafeWord Crew. We love you. Have a good weekend and be safe and stay kinky.
And this is where we get awkward. We're gonna do some poses for you guys because you
Since we're reacting, I'm gonna hold my phone up so it'll make a good thumbnail.
So we're just gonna, give some great poses so that I can have great thumbnails for all of you. Okay. Because they cut us off early if I press stop too soon. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.